I think that, the way we live and the way we work today has gone through such a fundamental shift. Not only have the expectations evolved from what people expect from the technology, but also the number of people making decisions, the number of people that have an influence in what happens in the home, what happens in the office place. And so we as an industry need to make our technology more approachable. We need to be able to explain and talk about what we enable people to accomplish. And of course that's underscored by the capabilities of the products, but we really need to focus more on what is the experience of living with it or working with it. And so how best to show that, right? In the early days when it was all about specs and speeds and feeds and who has the best black box, now you have to be the best at telling the story about what you can help customers do. And I feel like we've taken a great step forward here at Crestron in being able to show that. And we need to speak to dealers and to integrators, consultants that are helping clients figure out projects, but then also the end customers that come with their dealer or consultants at the show. And so how do you deliver an experience that works well for all three? And hopefully we're on to something here. It feels like it's doing really well. Software helps us do so many more things with the hardware that is existing. I think one of the things that we've always invested in around NVX is building a platform that continues to evolve and gets better over time. And now introducing NVX software helps us expand that ecosystem, gives people more choice about how they deploy and use NVX. There are still many cases where you need hardware end-to-end, but there are also a lot of applications where you have source content running on a computer. There's no need to insert a new box in between. Just send the signal right directly out of the computer to the receiver on the other end, giving you, of course, more ways to use NVX. Many people have NVX deployed as infrastructure already. Now there's just more choice, so you have a lot of flexibility and really accomplish cool new applications and use cases. As we all have started to move into this new era of modern work, what we're encountering is the way to keep people engaged, in an equitable manner in meetings has changed and evolved. And companies that are looking to retain talent, they're looking to make their employees as efficient and effective as possible. It requires all kinds of new approaches. And this actually, for us, Sightline started internally and keeping our own meetings really productive. The experience that we were seeing is you have remote end people. When we were all remote, and everybody had their own box, it was very similar kind of an experience. But what I experienced when I would go into the office and I would have a number of people in the room with me, we would begin excluding the remote participant, right? Or the remote participant actually didn't have full representation in the room. But even also, one of the things we found is I would turn and look and face the person in the room to have a natural conversation, and then suddenly the remote participant is a side participant. They're not actually fully engaged. So we started to experience these problems ourselves, but then we started having customers come and say, this is what we're trying to accomplish. And so the product management team built a demo of the Sightline experience, bringing together all of the Crestron ecosystem in one room. NVX for video distribution, control to make and automation to make it really simple to use, and then the multi-camera experience. And by putting TV displays around the room, having cameras around the room, and then intelligent video to frame the speaker to move naturally between who is speaking, who's presenting, and the ability to adapt to the different meeting style. Is it one speaker presenting the whole time, or is it a group discussion? And so Sightline helps deliver on that kind of an experience. So with Sightline, one of the things that we found is we didn't need to explain to people that we found the solution. Rather, you sit in the room you have a meeting, both whether you're the remote attendee or the in-room, and you experience a difference in the way you're collaborating. And so the fact that it was a solution became really apparent right away. And so now we have many customers trying to deploy and actually deploying Crestron in those rooms where they want really great, deep collaboration and better communication.